Hey, the Mad Hermit here, and in this video I'm going to do my best to record and document the journey, the pilgrimage I am on to Portalarium. I am currently at the Tennessee airport. I'm halfway through my journey. It's Thursday, and tomorrow, Friday, is the Duke and Lord of the Manor Roundtable discussion, Portalarium tour, and all the festivities that go with that. And I figured it would be a great opportunity to record as much of that as they will allow me and share it with you. For those of you who aren't able to have this experience, you can get a feel for what it was like and the schoolgirl excitement that I'll probably have throughout this whole thing. But Richard's going to be there, so we'll meet him, and that's cool. And then, of course, on Saturday is a Easter lunch with Richard and the Portalarium staff and their family at Richard's lakefront property. Another cool once-in-a-lifetime experience that I will try to record and share with you as much as possible. Okay, I just arrived in Austin. It is around 12 o'clock. I've been up since about 3:15 a.m. I think I got about 3 hours of sleep. I'm pretty tired. I've got to get my car rental, get to the hotel, and then figure out what I'm going to eat and try to rest. My daughter wants to go to the pool, so I'll be doing that. And it's a survivor endurance challenge is what it is. Alright, so it's 1:27 my time from the East Coast, but I'm in Texas and it's 2:27 here because that's how time works here. And we finally made it to the hotel. We got to check in early. And something interesting here is, look at this vicious spread. I mean, look at this. Water and candy and Kit Kats. And we got this Keurig machine and all this, coffee. And so here's the interesting thing, right? You always see these in the hotel. We even have, like, beverages in the beverage jar, in the refrigerator there. Look at this. Ah, crazy. So all those beverages, they're just here. And normally, when you go to a hotel, these things cost you money, and each bag of chips or pretzels is going to cost you like $5 or something. Don't drink the water. Each bottle is going to be $5. My wife says that I don't know what kind of travel hack she did here, but all this stuff is free. We can eat it all, and every day they'll replenish the supply. That's insane. Of course, I don't eat that stuff, so it's wasted on me. But I'll probably splurge and have like a candy bar or something like that. But anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. Kind of excited. Free. Neat. Okay, so it's Friday morning, and the event starts at 11 o'clock. It's about 9:40, I think, right now, 9:40 a.m. So it starts 11 a.m. sharp. And right behind me is Portalarium Studios. Was at 9415. They're on the 3rd floor, so let me pan up a little bit so you can see what the 3rd floor is. That's where the developers reside. That's where they lair. That's where they do their hard work. And I'm just gonna, stay here, I guess, until 11 o'clock and just kind of hang out. Maybe I'll read a book. Maybe I'll get something to eat. Who am I kidding? I'm going right in there, man. I'm gonna go right in there. I'm gonna tear it up. And Leroy Jenkins. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm outside Portalarium. We're on the 3rd floor, so if you look down, it's a long way down. But I'm on the 3rd floor of the building where they work, and I'm going to kind of mosey through nonchalantly. I'm just going to quietly fly around like a bug on the wall and walk through the full facility. It's really dark. The lighting is going to be pretty bad. It's not made for video, so, expect and forgive the graininess, but let's go for this quick tour. So as you walk down the hall here, there are 2 ways in. There's this door over here, clearly marked Portalarium, and that'll take you into the meeting room that we're so familiar with. I'll actually open it up for a sec.
I don't know. Frosted Flakes.
And we're going to walk the other entrance, and you can see there were some guys there already in the meeting room. And this one is a little better marked, and this is the way I originally came in. And we're going to walk right into essentially developer's office. So let's go through it.
Damn cool. Hey!
Make pretend I'm not even here.
Wait, that's awesome. Oh, don't trip over my ball.
You can see we stack them tight. We pile them high here.
Hello.
Don't mind me, I'm just doing a walkthrough.
That'd be fine too.
This is like the brain trust over here. If something were to happen to the people in this room, all hell would break loose.
Yeah, that might be an overstatement of our skills and aptitude, but yeah, sure.
What he said. Don't mind me. I'm not even here. I am a figment of your imagination. Ah, a much brighter room. These people like light.
Yeah, we do. I do.
LotM, the happy. And Finn sits, just Finn shares the room with you or someone else?
Finn is normally right here, and Abe Robertson, who will be in later.
Oh,
is right
Abe,
there.
the map maker.
Yes.
Nice.
He'll be in later. He's running a little
Just in
late.
case you wanted to know what he looked like. There you go.
That's him.
I'm not even here.
Cheers.
Yeah.
All empty.
All empty. They're just souvenirs.
Served and passed.
That's, yeah. A lot of cool stuff here in the trophy case here. Richard's a fan of macaroni and cheese, so apparently they put him on the box once.
Have you heard about his macaroni and cheese?
I have, and I'm sad about it. Quite frankly. Doesn't sound healthy.
Look, man, that's what he likes.
Don't mind me, just go right through.
Hey, Matt Hermit here.
Man, Hermit here.
Matt Hermit here.
Already together.
So I've already established that this is one of Richard's Horcruxes. Of course, it's off, so hopefully the other ones are still running. Telex or a teletype. And so here's an interesting view, by the way. The kitchen is all just one continuous space, right? The kitchen leads into, and there's all these beautiful paintings on the walls, and look, it's all signed. But the picture, or this room, this hallway, this corridor, which is the kitchen, oh, and the yummy snack area, leads to the area that we've always come to know and love. And the door where I
Which
peeked
one
in
was
from
that?
before.
I've been there a few times.
Oh, yeah.
So today is Saturday morning. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm fixing to have breakfast with the family. I didn't get to record as much probably as I would have liked to yesterday. I was trying to take in the moment, enjoy the moment, and not be the annoying guy with the camera. But it was a pretty cool event at Portalarium. We were able to, Richard took us through a walk down memory lane during the first hour at 11 o'clock till 12. He went through the various posters and pictures on the walls that showed his various accomplishments, in gaming throughout the years since he started. And so it was fun to hear the stories and the challenges and how things evolved and how we got to where we are now with Shroud of the Avatar. After that, we went to lunch just, on the corner. We just walked outside the building, went downstairs, and there was a Chinese restaurant. And we sat there and we all, we ordered food. Richard, read some letters that, I guess in life, if you do really good, you get noticed, and if you do really bad, you get noticed. And so these were letters that, he's an admitted pack rat, so he keeps everything. And he says he's got warehouses full of stuff. He just can't throw stuff away. And he said the benefit of that is every once in a while they get to go in there and rate it for interesting artifacts. And so he's got some letters that he's kept over the years. that people have written to him. I call them mean tweets before there was Twitter. I was live tweeting a lot of this, so if you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen some of this. You can always look back and see some of the pictures and comments that were made. It was kind of fun. But yeah, the comments that he got were interesting, where people were kind of telling him how, I guess there was one person that would, constantly write to him with every game he released, and they'd start off like at the beginning saying, when they first started playing the game, they'd write to him furious, telling him how much the game sucked and how horrible it was, and how he could fix it and how he can make it better. And Richard has like post-it notes and highlights of just different areas of the letters that I guess he reads over, or he has read over the years that left a mark, I guess. And then by the time the game released, he'd get a letter from the same person, and that person would tell him what a fantastic game it was, and they're hang on a second, I've got someone coming out here. All right, they just opened their room door. They didn't really come out, so I'm going to continue. So yeah, so at the end of the, after playing the game and finishing the game, they would write to him again and tell him how wonderful the game was and how it was the best game ever, and essentially take my money for the next one. I want to put down a down payment for the next one. They were just so excited. And it would happen repeatedly with the same individual, so that was kind of a funny story. And it goes on, there's more to it than that, and I guess the same person would do that to other developers that Richard would then come to meet, and so they would compare notes on this particular individual. What else? Yeah, so we talked a little bit about player-owned towns. Starlong was there. Chris Spears was at the lunch. It was the three of us. Well, not the three of us, but all the people that attended, plus Richard, Chris, and Star. We talked about player-owned towns, and I think Winfield right now is pioneering that effort, and I guess we reviewed a little bit of what Chris was going to publish that Friday, which was yesterday, to the community with regard to player-owned towns. And I guess the big news was, some people, there's a limitation to how you can customize your player-owned towns. I mean, it takes a lot of development time and effort to, customize these towns, and you're paying the money, so they're going to work with you, but within reason, and they can't really just, go. They're trying to create a template to make it as easy and efficient as possible. But some people want more options. They want a total custom, unique town. And at first they were kind of like, I don't think we could do that. They talked about it, and the person really insisted. So they said, hey, we are going to do it for a price. And that was what was announced yesterday. And I didn't get a chance really to read all of it. I think it's like $10,000 or $15,000 or something. I mean, they have to pretty much hire somebody if you want it. You can do it, and they'll hire somebody to spend the 3 or 4 or 5 weeks it takes, maybe 6 weeks it takes, to create a custom terrain for you to your liking. So that'll be published before this is, so I'm not sure this is news, but that's kind of the gist of what happened. I'm just trying to give you a rundown of what happened during this event. So what else? After that, we went back to the offices, and we kind of just broke out. It was like a breakout session, and for the rest of the day, people broke out and hung out with whatever developers that they wanted to, talk to them, ask them questions. It was pretty informal, and there was no real direction in it. It was just have fun, talk to people, see what they do, and when in the morning when I got there, I kind of infiltrated the building. And people weren't ready for me, and I wasn't sure it could go either way. I kind of sat in a corner waiting until about 11 until the rest of the people showed up and the event started. Everyone was trying to. I think I sat with in actually the room with Starlong, Chris Spears, and Dallas, and they all sit in one room. So if you want to nuke the place and take out the head, there it is. But. But yeah, I sat there, and everyone was, Dallas was working on his update, the Friday update, and you can tell that everybody was trying to get in as much work as they could before the marauding Vikings that were the guests showed up, and then they wouldn't be able to do their work. So yeah, so it was really fun. It was really interesting to talk to the various developers that were there. I got to see some setups, not much, they got to keep things under wraps for the most part, but, I got to meet Abe, the overworld master that, you know, we all walk now on this new beautiful overworld map, and he's super, you know, he's a young guy, super enthusiastic, and you know, pleasant all around, happy for the feedback, loves this quick iterative cycle where he gets feedback quickly on the work he does, which is different than you know, how developers typically work in the past. Talked to LotM, also really nice guy. You know, we had a nice conversation. Talked to Chris. He was showing me how some of the terrain sculpting tools he uses to generate quick terrains. I actually wrote down the name of one of them, so I'm going to be playing with that in Unity just for fun. What else do we have? Trying to think. I'll probably make another update and talk a little bit more about this as I remember things. Richard was super nice. You know, he would tell us stories, and it's just kind of fun. You know, Star is like the taskmaster, I called him. He was, you know, he would get, you know, he's business, and Richard's party. It's kind of weird. And so Richard, like, will have, you know, playful conversations with Star, and I want this feature and I want that, and Star's like, no. And actually I think Richard wanted a, this is going to be the ongoing joke, I guess, he wanted a cannibal town. They were talking about customized towns, and Richard's like, I want a cannibal town, yes. And Star's like, no, absolutely not. And you know, it's just funny because, yeah, Star wasn't having it. Richard loves to, I guess, bother Star, and so you know, I guess if you want to tweak Star, tell him you want a cannibal town. He doesn't like it. Anyway, I'm going to go to breakfast right now. My family's coming out of the room, and later on today we're going to go to the to Richard's lakeside property for an Easter celebration, and that should be exciting. I brought my wife, I brought my daughter, and it's going to be an interesting experience. I'll try to live tweet what I can, but I'm also going to try to really take in the moment, so I don't know how much I can do, but I will do another update later.
Susan Berger, please make your way down to gate C21, Southwest Flight 3926 to Fort Lauderdale, and gate C21.
Final page for Raleigh Durham customer Chadwick Crawford. Chadwick Crawford, please make your way to gate C16. Your flight to Raleigh is completely boarded. This will be your final page before departure.
All right.
Deborah Jackson, Dennis Anderson, your aircraft